up.
Right. So the budget process starts around the 30th of August and it goes well through until April. And so and we know that the budget then is delivered and implemented through the different government departments, otherwise known as ministries. Yes. And under those ministries, there are state departments divided, and that's how everybody gets their work done.
Yes.
Now the budget seeps through all of this,
and then the county governments, the county governments also, some of them have also ministries and agencies,
and that's why they have their CACs and such.
Correct.
Now, these departments submit budgets to their ministries of what they want to do in the next year.
Yes.
These are what are taken to Treasury. Treasury now crunches the numbers, they figure it out, and that all comes together to form the budget statement.
Right.
That's the work essentially that they're going to do for the next fiscal year.
Right.
What happens when, as is a lot of times the case, when the money that has been requested and essentially approved by the very fact that the budget statement has been given, then does not reach these line ministries?
Let me say, it may not reach, the total amount may not reach the ministries if there is a revenue shortfall. Are we together? If there is a revenue shortfall, then all the money cannot get there. And sometimes also, as you have seen often, sometimes the money is not collected in good time, and therefore there are delays in dispersing that money. Those are issues, of course, which are also pertinent to the whole issue of how the budget is implemented.
So what happens?
Well, what happens, of course, to the extent that they haven't received the money, it means, therefore, then they don't do what was expected of them. And unfortunately, if therefore they haven't also received the money, it means, therefore, they are not being utilized. You know, the money we are paying them is not being well utilized because it means they are not as active as they are supposed to be.
So efficiency is unmet.
Yes, so that is why it is important that everything works in the unison, in a harmonious way, in a coordinated manner. That if you have got staff, you've got to give them the facilities. You've got to give them the budget. You've got to give them the resources to make sure that they provide. Okay.
Is there the acknowledgement of two things? Number one, debt and corruption, which are the two stifling vices towards a revenue problem that Kenya has at the moment. Play this vis-a-vis the efficiency problem that's obviously one that is brought about by the lack of resources that you mentioned. That without those two things, do you see the possibility of there being adequate resources to get the job done and to meet efficiency, which happens to be one of the first things that you mentioned when we started to speak?
You said the corruption and?
Debt.
Now, debt cannot be put in the same context with the corruption.
Why not?
Debt is to do with the money which you have taken, and ideally you should have used it to invest in the facilities which make the economy perform better. Are we together?
Yes.
So, so it is not a question of avoiding debt. It's a question of taking debt and using those resources
for the right purpose. Now, allow me to show you where then I make the connection between the two.
Yes.
Because if you borrow money, as Kenya has allowed you to do constitutionally, and it is applied to the wrong purpose, which is not development or meeting a budget shortfall in the short term, then you have abrogated the law. The same thing you have done with corruption, where you have taken money that was meant for a particular thing and you have diverted it. So those two vices, borrowing illegally, because when you take money for a development project and it doesn't go to that development project, it has gone to the wrong place, yes? I'm just assuming that it's illegal, or is it okay?
That to me, what you are describing is also a form of corruption. Because, of course, if the money has been diverted, it can only be diverted.
I'm glad we are together.
You know, I mean,
Right.
it's criminal, in fact.
Absolutely.
Are we together?
100%.
Okay.
So how do you deal with those two issues vis-a-vis the efficiency problem that you had previously mentioned?
I'll say this to you from a personal perspective. The problem of, as I said, therefore, let us agree, diversion of money and corruption are sisters. They cannot be, they are the same thing, two sides of the same coin.
Okay.
Are we together?
Yes.
This is a problem which has to, I would say, corruption, I think everybody agrees, is endemic in this country, especially in the public service. And there has to, for Kenya to move forward at the necessary rate of socioeconomic transformation, this has to be addressed. Now, how it is to be addressed is, we have institutions which are supposed to address it. And they probably would be best positioned to, EACC should be best, is best. That's why we have EACC anyway. EACC is the one which needs to help us to address this problem. Okay. And I think I should not attempt to, to substitute for the thing which I suppose goes on a daily basis within EACC on how to address the problem of corruption.
Yep.
But it is endemic, and it is a problem which Kenya has to address for sustainable socioeconomic